If you have around $1,200 to spend and you want to build a PC that will give you ultra performance at 1440p resolution, this video is going to be for you. I will show you the best $1,200 gaming PC build that will allow you to play at 1440p, 240 plus FPS on average, 1080p ultra high FPS of course, and you can also play at 4K with no issues and a very smooth gameplay. All the links to these components will be down below in the video description. Throughout this video, I will also show you cheaper options in case you want to spend less and get amazing performance. With that being said, let's start. For the CPU, we have the AMD Ryzen 5 7600. This is one of my favorite processors in terms of price to performance because you're going to get great performance for gaming and also you get an upgradable system over time since you are on the new AM5 platform. Which means that down the line, if you want to change the CPU to a newer CPU from AMD, you will be able to upgrade at least for the next few years. Talking about motherboards, for this one we have the ASRock B650M Pro RS Micro ATX motherboard. I really like this one for the price, $140 right now. It used to be a bit cheaper, but regardless, it's still a very good price because you get all the features that you need, especially for gaming when it comes to this motherboard. And you get 4 M.2 slots, which means that down the line, if you ever need more storage, you can always upgrade easily. Then for the memory kit, we have 32 gigs of DDR5 memory at 6000 MHz CL30 timings. If you are new to PCs and you don't understand anything about these numbers, don't worry, it basically means that it's very fast, and since it's 32 gigs of RAM, it's going to be ideal not only for gaming but also for different tasks such as content creation on the side, streaming, productivity work and multitasking. For the storage, we have 1TB of Gen 3 SSD, which is going to be enough for gaming, but if you ever need more storage, just as I said before, you can always upgrade because you have plenty of M.2 slots. Then for the graphics card and the most important component when it comes to gaming, we have the RTX 4070 Super. This one is a 12 gigs of VRAM graphics card that will allow you to play at 1440p, 240 plus FPS on average on esports titles such as Fortnite, Valorant and CS2. And if you want to play hard demanding titles on a 12 frame average from TechSpot at 1440p ultra settings on these type of titles such as Alan Wake 2, Starfield, Cyberpunk 2077 and more high demanding games, the RTX 4070 Super was able to average 105 FPS, so very smooth experience when it comes to 1440p resolution for both easy to run games and also high GPU demanding titles. If you want to play at 1080p and upgrade to 1440p down the line, the 4070 Super was able to average 142 FPS at 1080p, and if you want to play at 4K, the 4070 Super at 4K on ultra settings, high demanding titles once again, was able to average 58 FPS, which trust me is a good number, and you will be able to achieve 60 plus FPS on average in most games because you have DLSS, which is the NVIDIA upscaler, so you can always get higher FPS, or if you drop down the settings to high or medium. Then for the case, we have the Montech Air 100 ARGB Micro ATX mid-tower case, which has 4 pre-installed fans, amazing airflow. In my opinion, it's one of the best looking cases out there. For the price, it's only $60 and it's going to give you all that you need: airflow, good aesthetics, so thumbs up for this case. And last but not least, for the power supply, we have the Thermaltake Smart BM3 650 watt 80 plus bronze power supply for just $60. This PC build is very power efficient, so basically any power supply is going to be enough when it comes to wattage requirements, which is a good thing, especially if you want to save up money in your electricity bill. The total price for this PC when I'm recording this video is $1,220, and maybe it's a bit more expensive or maybe it's cheaper when you are watching this. I highly recommend you checking the links in the description for the latest prices. If you have a bit of extra money to spend, I would recommend you getting an aftermarket CPU cooler for just around $20 to make the aesthetics of the system better, and not only that, but you will be getting your noise levels down for the CPU and better temperatures. But don't worry, it's not a must. The stock cooler from AMD is going to give you plenty of performance and is definitely going to be enough. And then if you want to make this PC cheaper, you can get the RX 7800 XT instead of the RTX 4070 Super for the GPU, and if you make this downgrade, the total price will be $1,120. You are going to be getting around 10% slower rasterized performance, but you are going to get a 1440p ultra gaming experience regardless, and you can expect 240 plus FPS on average on esports titles as well. The RX 7800 XT on that 12 frame average at 1440p was able to average 93 FPS, which is 12 less FPS on average than the 4070 Super, but it's still very good performance. And then at 4K, it got an average of 53 FPS that once again you can turn on the upscaler, which in this case is FSR from AMD, and turn down the settings to high, and you will will be getting 60 plus FPS on average in most titles with no issues. In my opinion, going with the Nvidia RTX 4070 Super is better, even if you spend the extra $100, because you are getting better performance, a better upscaler, a better level of ray tracing, and if you're going to do content creation, Nvidia GPUs usually work better with most softwares. But of course, if you want to save up money and you just want to do gaming and you don't care about any Nvidia technologies, then the 7800 XT is actually a good option to consider. If you have a totally different budget, let's say you have $1,000 or maybe you have $2,000, then I highly recommend you watching my video on the best gaming PC builds for every budget and every resolution: 1080p, 1440p and 4K. That video is going to be in the top right of the screen. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section and I will see you on the next one.